Hey y'all, it's that mother effing podcast back again with BMF season 2, episode 1. Gonna talk about it, see our thoughts about it, our predictions for the next episode. You have me, Jazzy, J Mills up on the top, and Jodeci under me. I don't know if that sounds a little freaky, but. But yeah, anywho. Yeah, so for me, this first episode to me, it was good. I know that to me, a lot of first episodes are kind of slow. And I felt like it was a little slow, but it was still good. Like it still gave you um a lot to go on for what's gonna happen to come. What did y'all think about the first episode?
I mean, I think the first episode it started off a little slow, but then it kind of built up. The momentum kind of built up. We got introduced to Canine, and then we found out what happened at the end. So it had started off slow, but I felt like it progressed throughout the episode. So I felt like it was solid
Okay.
for our first episode. I felt like it was solid.
Okay. How'd you like Jodeci?
Man, you already know. Me personally, man, it should have been a little bit more of an impact. I feel like K9 should have had a little bit more of a big impact when he came into the game. You know what I'm saying? Or came onto the scene. But I
So
mean,
you
it
didn't
is what
think
it is.
you didn't think when he shot dude after the basketball game because the dude didn't want to pay up, you didn't think that that was an impact that he did that on, in broad daylight at a big event? You
Somewhat, but
didn't think,
it was kind of predictable in a way. I kind of felt like that was gonna happen anyway. When the dude said he wasn't gonna give him his money and started talking shit, I was like, he gonna kill him.
right?
It
I
was
mean,
just
but he
I
didn't
just
have to
knew.
kill her there.
Yeah.
But let me say this: was it surprising that the fact that he cut off Big
Okay,
L's lip?
that's what I was going with
That
next.
was surprising to me. That kind
That
of got me.
that was
I didn't,
that threw me
come.
off. Now that I give you that one. He threw
Yeah,
me off when cause that's the big dog. She's supposed to be the big dog, like
I thought
untouchable.
it was. Yeah.
So that was different. Like with the big L situation, that was a good one. That was a nice little. But see, that happened close to the end though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It built up a lot of momentum. Like that's what I'm saying. When that came up, I was like, oh shit. Like I was
Right.
like, oh
Yeah,
I knew when he gave him the gift that it wasn't going to be a watch. I was
it
like,
was.
that's not going to be a watch. Like, but I had no idea it was going to be that. I was thinking it was just going to be something like, something to be like, don't fuck with me or something, or don't mess with me or whatever. But I didn't think it was going to be anything to have to do with Big L. Like when he said, you know, if when people say about their mouth about you, like that's a big deal. So we went and made a statement. We took her mouth, okay? Like damn. So I mean, I thought that that was good. I thought that
yeah,
that was um okay. So you felt like it didn't make that much of an impact, even though I felt like K9 did two big things, and then like he let him know, like even when he was talking to like the Colombians, he was letting them know like he doesn't take anything, he doesn't play any games. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like in every scene he was portrayed as a big dog. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he talked reckless in the mug, man. Like he was like when I seen him talking to the Colombians, like he was saying when he was talking to the Colombians, like like get this nigga out here, woo doo. I'm like, damn, like bro, like hold on, fam, like you gonna get
yeah.
killed messing with these dudes, man. Like I don't know, he might got something heavy, man, because he was talking reckless, man.
Yeah, he was talking
But let
reckless
me
to
bring
everybody.
let me bring this. I remember K9 in season one because they said that he was in season one. Do y'all remember him in season one at all?
They talked
They
about
said
him
he
in
was in
season one,
season
but
one.
he wasn't an actual, like I don't remember seeing him actually anywhere other than them talk when Terry and Meech was talking about him.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing him.
Yeah, 'cause they mentioned that he was. Me neither. I thought one of
Yeah.
y'all may have seen him or something.
Mm-mm. Nah, I didn't see him. So Black Mafia family is now born. They have the 50 Boys and the 12th Street Boys. They came together. They're now as one. Do you think that? the 12th Street Boys is who ends up, with Black Mafia family in the end?
I don't
I
know.
think
I don't really. I haven't really followed it like that. Like I most of the stuff I've seen on them was after the fact. Like
Well, if
when he
that
was
even
big.
really happened, real talk. If that even really happened, because a lot of this stuff is loosely based. But
Right.
just do you think that in the show they're going to make it seem like they, went to the end, or you think there's going to be a problem that arises between them?
I think probably what Mitch's or Terry's probably gonna do, they're gonna split them up. 12th Street's probably gonna go with Terry, or 50 Boys may go with Meech. Meech is planning to go to Atlanta. That's like
Right.
second episode coming up. So I think he's gonna take. I think he may take the 50 Boys with him eventually, and leave 12th Street like to do the Midwest or the West Coast with Terry, possibly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's gonna be some type of this. I think it's gonna be some type of split up between the two because obviously they don't get along with each other. They fight, and as
Hmm.
soon as they get together, they ready to fight and shoot each other, kill each other.
Right, but money will make you do some crazy things. If they start making good enough money, in my mind, I was like, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if you see the 12th Street Boys end up, killing for the 50 Street Boys.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
It's possible.
yeah.
it definitely.
Which kind of brings us to Lamar. Now, first of all, I did not see this coming. Okay. And I understand the real Lamar, which is Leighton. He's alive, etc. But a lot of the things that they put out in BMF about Lamar is not Leighton. Okay, like
Hmm.
that story is a little different.
Right.
So we can't really say that they're following history. All right. So if he died, okay, he died, right? But then
Yeah.
we see like he, is on life support or whatever, which is crazy. Y'all, when he woke up, did he not make you think of what's his name from the Turtles when he came back and he
Oh,
and
you
just
talking about Shredder?
Shredder. Yes, you remember when
Shredder.
Shredder
Yeah.
was like dead, and then at the very end he opened his eyes. That's what made me think
Yeah.
of the way he did all that. It's
Oh
like,
man.
Oh man.
yeah,
Oh, y'all, early '90s.
yeah, that's what
Yo.
so Shredder ass. Like, did he watch that scene? Because that just made me think
Yeah.
of Shredder. Like, but anywho, so it's so funny because the detective's like, oh, maybe he'll say who killed, or who tried to kill him. So it's so funny because my first thoughts is like he's not gonna snitch. Like
At
that's not
all.
who he is.
That's
But
not
then
gonna happen.
right, but then there was another thought, that made me think like Lamar was just so crazy that he may snitch without even realizing that he's snitching. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because
Oh
he's so
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because he's
I,
so
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like he might be like, man, we know who put. The detective might try to mix some words up and give them to him, and then he might say, man, and get the cussing out and be like, man, f
yeah, yeah.
me,
I'm
whoop
gonna
whoop,
kill him,
and
and
then
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 Exactly. You do it
I can see that.
without even
yeah.
noticing it. Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that it's gonna, either he's not gonna do it or he's gonna be in a sense like tricked in it. I don't think he's gonna just do it, but he's
Right.
gonna, lose his cool and it's
Hmm.
gonna come out. Um, but which also kind of do y'all have anything else to say on that before I jump into something else?
Yeah,
Um.
because like to go back to the thing you said about Lamar, like how they add different, or like basically what they doing is they add multiple people into one person, one character. I guess to slim it down some, because
Hmm.
I think I seen an interview with the guy who played the guy who the story Wolf of Wall Street was about, Jordan Belfort, and he said a lot of the stuff they put into one character to
Hmm.
kind of slim it down so the movie wouldn't be as long.
Right, right, right. And I mean, a lot of the stuff that I saw happen, like for instance, when they had Lamar running over Meech, that story happened. However, it didn't happen to Meech, and it
Mhm.
didn't happen by Lamar. It happened by with so the girl that Terry ends up dating, which is supposed to be Lala, it was
Hmm.
her that was ran over by I don't know who they say his name is in there, but by her ex that went to jail. When he got out of jail, he ran her over with the car. So they took certain things that happened, but they just kind of, switched them around and, put it on different people, etc.
I mean, all this is gonna be loosely based, so they're just doing this just for the show. A
Right.
lot of
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff they're
For
taking bits and pieces.
entertainment.
Like Coach said, bits and pieces of one character or multiple characters probably put into one character and all that.
Right.
But I want to see though if Lamar when Lamar comes back, him and K9 will him and K9 go get into it or something. I'm quite sure
Oh,
that's going to
of course. I
happen.
mean,
Yeah,
if
I
if
want to see
they
I
if
want to
they
see one
even
gonna take really this time or what.
if they even cross paths though.
They might. On Lamar's gonna be looking for Meech.
9 out of 10 they will though, cause
Uh,
Meech working with K9.
I
yeah,
mean, I could see K9 telling him, handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like you handle it, etc. But I mean, we'll see. We'll
yeah.
see what happens with that. Um,
Right, right.
do y'all have anything else about Lamar?
I don't know. Have anything
Nah.
else? It's a big surprise so far.
Right, that was definitely a surprise. I was just like, wait a minute, like where did he come from? But I have brought up Lala, so we could talk about Terry. He's still sweet on her.
From work.
Like that boy
Yeah.
found out where she worked and he borderline stalking her now. Showing up at her job, being all extra. I mean, it's so funny because when she walked through that basketball court, with that lollipop in her mouth, like all sexy and seductive, like, okay, girl, okay, I see you. But of course we know that they're gonna get together because that is supposed to be Tonisha Welch. Is that her name?
I thought her
She was
name was
the,
Marquisha.
I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, in real life. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Terry ends up, being with uh Tonisha or whatever. She went to jail for selling drugs with them.
Okay.
Um I watched her on BET's gangsta, what is it? What's the women? I forget what it's called. American Gangster Female. I forget what it's called, but she's on there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And
Boss
I just
when
Queen
can't think of the name.
or something like that. Boss
you said what?
Queens. Boss
No, no,
Queen.
no.
No.
It's
Okay.
it's it's like American Gangster Female or something like that. It's something with gangster and I believe American in it. But yeah, even when she and Terry gets out of jail, like they got back together. So um, but yeah. So do you think he's gonna have an issue with her with her man? So I'm gonna say in real life, he ends up going to jail. That's how them two get together. Like
Okay. So Boone. I think that's a guy's name. They
I
were
think
like,
that's
oh
the
yeah,
name.
that's
Yeah,
Boone's
yeah,
wife
yeah. Hmm.
or something like that. So his name was Boone, and that's the
Right.
guy that was in season one. I mean, I think it was season one. He was gambling, and they were at the
Yep.
club together and all that. So yeah,
Yep.
like it could possibly happen. Everything may just set up in the right place, in the right time. So that could
Yeah.
possibly happen. Not at the moment, but in the future. You know.
Right. Right. Because that's supposedly what happened in real life. So we'll see if they keep to that or not. Um, y'all got anything else to say about Lala and Terry?
Man, not really, but hey, hopefully it don't end bad for him, cause I don't know. You know how that go. I don't know, man. He might end up in some bullshit
Who,
behind
Terry?
that. Yeah, cause she married, right? So I mean, you know how that's gonna go.
Yo, that dude is fantasizing about her, laying in the bed all googly eyed, like,
Exactly.
yo,
He trying to get her for real, for real. That shit, I don't think that's gonna end right for him.
yeah, it's a little ridiculous. It's a little
It's gonna make
ridiculous.
things even messier than what it's been.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little ridiculous to be honest with you. Um, okay. It's so funny because not that we didn't really need to talk about it, but I know when we first seen Meech and Terry interact, he's like, "Man, get the fuck up out of here." I'm like, "Damn,
Hell yeah.
like, damn, that's
Yo.
how you doing him?" Just like I thought it was hilarious when he got up in the car with him, and he was like, "Man, you broke ass, whatever," and threw the money at him. I said, "Damn, that's how you doing him?" But I know he wanted that money
Yeah, Meech
because
knows
Right.
Meech knows how to entice Terry to get back into the game, and that's I guess the way to do it. Like, man, it's like, man, fuck y'all, man. He's throwing the money at him and all that because he knows Terry's not really making money off that second hustle, off that other hustle he's doing right now.
Right.
He's not
Right.
making no money. So
That's
that's
one of
his
the things I
game.
think that
So get
is
back in the
dope that
game.
they kept.
We need you back
what?
in this game. He's throwing the money at you. We need you back in this game though.
But you know what, too? I think another thing that's going to push him there is the fact of, like he said, like he can't trust his family.
Hmm.
The way he's seen that they just played him, they manipulated him by taking his son away to get him
Right.
out,
Hmm.
and that right there, I think is going to be another thing that's going to push him, to be like, okay, I ain't messing with y'all because y'all
That's
are trying to
Yeah.
manipulate me, trick me, etc. Now I'm wondering, like, did they get that money yet? Did they get that 150,000 yet?
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
think so.
The
Cause you
mother
know
and the
she's
father
still working and shit.
they were in the restaurant complaining about money still, and then she was
Right.
still working at Wendy's. So I think if they had the 150, she would not be working at Wendy's.
Right.
Right.
That
So I'm wondering when he gets that money, are they gonna try and control that money?
More than likely, you already know. Especially the mama, he's like, well, especially the daddy, I should say,
The
because
dad.
he be
bad.
on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but one thing I think is that I like that they keeping is that they keeping that friction of what happened between Meech and Terry in real life. Like in real life, they really had some friction,
All
and
right.
then they got it on here, like even from the get go before they even moved to Atlanta. So I like
Mm-hmm.
how they keeping that and showing you the build up to how they really started not fucking with each other like that.
All right. Right.
Why
Mm-hmm.
that's why we were two different regions like that. Definitely.
I wonder if you remember when they showed the dad in the bed with the mother and he was trying to get some and she wouldn't give him none. I wonder if they building up to him cheating on her.
I thought that too. I swear I thought that. I was like,
Yeah.
he gonna end up getting something else from somebody. Watch.
You gonna
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Because why show that? Like, what are we getting out of that? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I agree with that too. Um, the detective. Oh, the detective and B Mickey. Oh
yeah,
man. He got B Mickey, in a really, really tough spot. Like that's why when Meek said to him, like, like, oh, I'm gonna make you my number two, and he wasn't as happy. He's like, you're not that happy. Like, I figure you'd be more happy. He's like, if B Mickey can't be happy because you about to get information that you don't need to know. You know what
Hmm.
I'm
exactly.
saying? There's things you don't need to know because you are supposed to turn him in. It's either you or him,
Hmm.
and you can tell he's struggling with that right now.
Yeah, B Mickey is about to get a double murder charge if he don't give up Meech for Kato and also JMO. So
Now, we
he's
know
kind
that this did not happen in real life. This did not happen in real life.
of okay.
Because
But some happen because that's another thing. If you watch like the documentary, a lot of them said it was a lot of snitches in BMF, and
but
more
B
than likely
Mickey
when you snitch,
was
it had to
not one of
be.
them.
You said what?
B Mickey was not one of them.
Nah, I think the real person, he got killed before they got busted or something like that.
No, he did not. B Mickey is still alive.
I could have
For real.
sworn I seen something where it said he was dead.
No, B Mickey, I've watched his interview.
Was his name's B
No,
Mickey
his
or
name
was it
is
another
not,
name?
no, his name is not
Nah,
B
his name
Mickey.
ain't B Mickey, but I could have
Mm-mm.
sworn I seen him show a picture. They was like the real BMF, and they had a date, like an end date, the year he died or something like that.
Oh
Well,
wow.
I remember I watched the video and this guy talked as B Mickey and, etc. And that B Mickey, that Kato story, that never happened. Kato was, um, uh, I can't,
She's
I
still
forget his
alive,
name.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
Kato
still
was the niece of the person who was supposed to be their first supplier. I can't think of his
Yeah,
name right
Wood Harris's
now.
character.
Yeah, she was the niece of him in real life, and she
Right.
did mess. She did do the bags wrong. Remember how she sold two bags for like the 50 bag for like 25 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She did
Yeah.
do that in real life. Like that really did
Okay.
happen. Because I watched her talk. I watched like a whole bunch of them talk.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
I know I
but yeah,
watched her
that's
interview and I watched the Leighton, the one who's supposed to be Lamar. I
right.
watched his interview.
I
I
watched
saw
that
that
too.
one. That's the one.
I watched that
Yeah.
too. He's still talking Joe.
Hell yeah.
Mhm. He
Still
said he said
wait
that
for
he ran Meech up out of Detroit, and that's why he went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
He said Meech owes him a whole lot of money because if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have made the money he made. You
Yeah.
know, but he talk about everything, and
Hmm.
when he talk about some of the stuff, he'll talk in like, well, this is what they said. This is what
Yeah.
they said I did.
He
You
yeah,
know,
he do that all he do that a whole lot.
this is what they said I did, but I ain't do it, but he tells the whole story because it didn't even start with him. It started with his brother and he got involved in it,
Right.
so it wasn't even, the way that they portray it, here. But yeah, you might want to, and I'll confirm it, but B Mickey is still alive. I've seen him talk. I've seen
Yeah,
him
I'm gonna
talk.
look it up. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
it up again because
I'm
I
checking
I
out.
could have sworn they showed when they showed the pictures of the real people. It said it had a year, like an end year for his when he died. But I'm gonna look at
Mhm.
it again though.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so B Mickey and the detective, he's pushing on him to tell on Meech. So you already know my thoughts that I don't believe he's going to snitch at all. Um, I think something's gonna happen and he's gonna get out of it.
Yeah. At least we know.
It's a possibility, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, at least we know the detective's still gonna be alive because remember the first scene of the season two took place in 2005. He's still alive back then. He's still
Right.
alive during that.
When I saw that, I was a little like, did they jump to 2005? Because I was like, wait a minute. I hope the one that played Terry in the first season is still in it. I'm like, wait a minute, but I was happy that they did take it back because I was like, I know we ain't jumping to 2005, like
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you
Yeah, that would have
remember
been too much of a
for
skip. I'd
season
have been
one,
like,
you
I'm
remember
not watching this
they
no
jumped
more.
to 2005 too. They jumped at like 2005 or 2006 in season one at the very beginning too. Also, at the first season.
But when he was in jail and he came out,
Yeah.
Yeah, when he came out of jail and all
Hmm.
that. So
right?
they
I
did
do
that.
remember that
Doing the
at
same
the very
thing.
beginning.
And at
Yeah.
the end of the season when he was writing, he was in jail writing
Right,
or in
right,
prison writing. I mean,
right,
Hmm.
right.
But that's just
'Cause I
the
was thinking
insight.
too, I'm like, who's gonna play the older one? But I guess it would be the one that was in season one at the
yeah,
beginning.
I assume so.
Mhm.
I guess he the person that they got in there already, so might as well bring him back for season two.
Right.
What do y'all think about the little new Asian cop that they got?
She a little wild.
She
She a
got some.
little wild. She right up the other detectives' alley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
detective. The other detective in referring to Power, she reminds me a little bit of Detective Burke, a little bit.
Nah, she don't remind me of Bert. She doesn't play by the rules. She
She
doesn't play
reminds,
by the rules.
yeah.
but
When we speaking of power, most of them detectives play by the rules except for the Sandoval or Sandoval,
Or
however you
Sap.
say his last name.
she reminds me of Burke because she asks a lot of questions. She's very inquisitive. She was wanting to know what the hell is going on. She's
She
no.
remind me of a cop that is in between being dirty and in between being righteous.
Yeah,
I'm not taking her as a dirty cop, but I'm taking her as someone that pushes the limits. When she
Yeah,
ran the dude over, that should
yeah,
have shown
definitely.
you. When she ran him
Yeah,
over, that should show you that she doesn't play by the rules.
at all, man. She one of the cops that she'll do anything to get the job done. If she got to
Fact,
kill somebody to get some information, she'll do it. I feel like
fact,
that's where she'll go. I feel like she'll go there.
right. And I wouldn't say she's a dirty cop, but I just feel like she's a cop that will go the extra mile.
go
Yeah.
the extra.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Now, whereas he's dirty, but that's why I feel like,
Yeah.
he's right up his alley because they will back each other up.
They will.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause they're both dirty. But I wonder if he's gonna give her. I wonder if Bryant is gonna give her that information about Meech and let him know about the relationship him and Meech
No,
got and all
no,
that. Wonder.
no,
I
no,
She's
doubt
gonna
it.
find out.
no.
She might
Nah,
find
He's
out.
so
yeah, I
far
agree with
past
that.
that.
I agree.
That's
She'll
what I
find.
mean
She
by
might find a way
that's
to
what I mean
find
by
out.
she's gonna protect the Burke because she's gonna be nosy and want to find stuff out. You know.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
definitely agree to
believe
that.
that she's going to find out because, like you said, she's going to ask questions and she's going to see him get really, in his feelings about things, a
Yeah.
little bit more than he should. And she's going to, wonder like, okay, what's going on here? Like
Mm.
any cop would, you know, I mean, I don't really think that's anything out of the ordinary for a cop to see another cop act a little weird and wonder like why are you so invested in this kind of way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely think that she'll probably end up finding out some things, but I don't think he's going to tell her. No, I think she's going to put two and two together, but I don't think she's going to care. Like, I don't think
Mm.
she's going to care as much, and he's not on that anymore as well either.
Hmm.
So he's just going to be on the same level as her when it comes to catching, the criminals and taking them down. They're going to be on the same level with it. So
Yeah.
I think that was even though he didn't want her as a partner, that's a perfect partner for you because she's not going to go by the book. And I think he realized that when he was like, oh, you're more fun at the party than me,
Mm.
because he probably had no idea that she would do that.
You gotta think about it. His previous partner, was a Spanish guy. I forgot his name. He was a Latina guy. He
Right,
was more by the book type,
right,
asking
right,
questions. So
right,
she's different. She's gonna be different than him. So he
right,
likes that. He probably like that.
right. Facts.
Just for episode 2, I just expect Meech is going to Atlanta. He's gonna run into the Monique character. Do we know what character she's playing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even see the previews.
I didn't
Mm,
either.
y'all didn't either. Okay. Well,
So you saw it?
I saw it. Yeah, is he's
I didn't.
going to basically going to Atlanta and running into Monique, who's she's some type of drug dealer,
Right,
drug kingpin woman in Atlanta. So he's doing business with her.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it. It didn't come on after the episode, so
Mm.
um, I don't know why it didn't. But I didn't. I watched it twice, so I didn't see it come on either time. I definitely think Terry is going to get his shot. With Lala's character this season. Um, I think that the 50 boys and the 12th Street boys, they're gonna have a little bit of issues, at first, but I end up thinking that they're gonna work together pretty well. I do think they are gonna mess up when it comes to K9's money, and that's gonna be a problem. Um, and I do think that B Mickey is gonna have a lot of pressure put on him, and the moment that he's about to snitch, something is gonna change.
Yeah.
I think Lamar is going to get out, but either somebody may sneakily work with him from 12th Street, or nobody's going to work with him.
I would agree about the B Mickey part. I think that he's gonna probably try to. He's probably gonna have no choice but to snitch when something's gonna happen. And with the Lamar part, I think somebody for 12th Street probably will work with him. Um, and I think they're gonna split up. I think Meech. I think Meech is really gonna go to Atlanta and start a business and start the BMF stuff in Atlanta. At that point, he's probably gonna take the 50 boys or some group with him, either 50 or 12th Street. I really see that happening. And then with K9, I think somebody is either going to take out K9 or somebody's going to take out Lamar. One of them is probably may die possibly this season.
You know when B Mickey's going to be ready to snitch?
When
When Terry comes back. When Terry comes back and he ain't number 2 no more.
he ain't number 2 no more. That's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah,
I could
when
see
Terry
that.
comes
I
Yep,
can see
that's gonna
I can
piss
see that.
him off.
that's going to piss him off.
Yep,
Damn. But
because
are
you
they?
see,
But is it gonna be where Terry come back and actually be? If they telling it right, then they supposed to have it where Terry come back and he be with his brother, and then they split up again.
right,
But
Yeah,
the way they telling it now, they already split.
yeah, they
right,
splitting up
And
since
they and from what we know, they only split once. From what we know, from like what BMF, like the people that was interviewed and the documentaries, they say they split only during BMF.
Mhm.
right. But you
So
know, this I feel like this right now is they're pretty young, and BMF, didn't even
right,
really start yet.
right,
Yeah,
So, right. The question is, how long is it going to take Terry to get into BMF? Like, how many episodes in are we going to be waiting?
right,
I'll say probably halfway through the season, probably
Right.
about
right.
4 months.
Because you
Yeah,
know they gotta drag it out, man.
they're gonna drag it out a little bit. But we all know what's gonna happen. That's the thing about BMF. We kind of know what the story is. Unless they want to change it a little bit, they can throw little things in there. But we kind of know how things gonna turn out. You know,
Right.
Right.
to a certain extent.
Mhm.
So it
Right.
is what it is.
Okay, yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed our little thoughts about, BMF season 2, episode 1, and what our predictions are for the next episode and for the season. Um, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us if you agree with us, if you disagree, etc. And we're out. Bye.
Right.